When speaking of sewing with American tools and using all of the tools accordingly, you have to take into account your own heritage. Now, I think family would kind of supersede any government policies or anything. This is a 1959 Singer Spartan made in Great Britain. I think they're model 182K. 192K. I'd have to look at the number. It's the Singer Spartan. When they were originally sold, they had an electric motor on them. They did not come with any attachments, and I have converted this to a hand crank, and yes, I do have a reproduction crank from China on this, but that's okay with me on this machine. I'm going to be using this machine instead of the Singer 237 from Italy. And I'll tell you why. As I said, this is from Great Britain. And me and some members of my family recently did a DNA test. And I couldn't get mine done. I have a medical issue, and the DNA test couldn't be completed for some reason. But one of my brothers got a result right away. And we have to remember that America is made up of immigrants. And, you know, I have a problem with China right now, and with Singer in particular, but we can't get rid of everything foreign, is, you know, kind of where I'm going with this. But anyway, I am 67% Irish and Scottish, 33% Welsh and English. So, as an American, I am. So Great Britain is like a second home to me. Wales, England, Ireland, and Scotland. Great Britain. So, my 237s are both made in Italy, and I'm not Italian. And my little Spartan hand crank, I've been using my grandmother's, what was my grandmother's 99, which is now my 99, as a hand crank, and it's all set up to be American. But you know, I had put a felt under the seam guide and got a mark all of a sudden. I mean, she didn't ever hurt anything on the machine. I put a felt on there and it gets a mark. I wiped it down the other day and the finish went cloudy, and I had to wax it all down. I don't want to ruin that machine, so I would rather use the Spartan as a hand crank, as a little workhorse of a machine, than ruin kind of the machine that has come down through the family. So, also, I had a couple of videos posted that I then took down. Boy round looms, and using them, I'm really having a problem with using them because they're all made in China, and I'm really having a problem. I'm going into another little shock because most of my knitting needles are from China or India or somewhere. I do have a complete toolbox of knitting that I've made the tools myself from my tree, but to switch to those completely all of a sudden is a shock. And the other video was making a goose, a stuffed goose with ruffles and stuff. And in the first video there, I had mentioned I was going to use my 9913 with it. I think if I make it, I'm going to make it with this. And check out some of the attachments on here. But I need to finish some other projects first. So I just wanted to mention that I'm getting a little better at accepting using my own sewing machines, you know, since this whole America thing came up with the MIA and the Korean War. But I seem to need a personal connection to the machine, or I feel like I don't need it. So in this case, this one's made in Great Britain, and I am just about all Great Britain American.